What's up, you guys? It's Danae with All Things Pickleball, coming at you today with a paddle review. And today I'm going to be reviewing Selkirk's SLK Halo series. So let's roll. So the first thing I want to go through are the specs. So material wise, this is Selkirk's raw carbon fiber paddle. Okay, so they haven't had a paddle come out like this, so we're really excited about her. Okay, I know this might not be that important, but look at her. Okay, black with the brown faux leather handle. She's gorgeous. Look good, play good, right? Not enough people talk about this. Anyway, I actually really do like how slick this looks. I love the black. I love the leather handle, faux leather handle. I mean, it's a really just pretty paddle. Spec-wise, I'll make sure I put stuff on the screen. Just so you guys know, they actually have 4 different versions of this paddle. They have the power and the control options, and then also the XL and the Max. Just so you guys know, I did not try the Max. I actually prefer the XL shape, which is a little bit more elongated. The Max is similar to like the SLK Omega shape. So just disclaimer there for you guys. The other 2 options, like I said, are the power and the control. The power is a 13mm paddle, and the control is a 16mm paddle. So you kind of have all those options to play around with. Like I said, the XL shape is elongated and it has a pretty long handle, and the Max is that SLK Omega shape. Really quickly, along with some other specs, the grip, I wanna talk about that because there are 2 different grips. On the 16mm paddle, it's a 4.35 inch grip. And on the 13mm paddle, it's a 4-inch grip. So that is a pretty big jump. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I know a lot of people that I've talked to have said that the 16mm grip feels a little clunky. To me, personally, I actually prefer a chunkier grip just because I like, you know, my hand being able to like hold the entire thing and not overlap. That's just me personally. If you're someone that prefers a smaller handle, then that is something to consider when looking at these paddles, okay? Weight-wise, the 13mm paddle comes in at like a 7.5 to 8.0. Mine personally came in at a 7.6. And then the control paddle, the 16mm came in or comes in at a 7.6 to an 8.2. So that's kind of the weight difference between them. Now that we've covered specs, I wanna talk through my personal experience playing with these paddles. So first I'm gonna talk about the control. So this is the 16mm paddle. This paddle truly, true, feels like a control paddle, okay? So soft game, finesse game, we're talking drops, we're talking dinks, we're talking resets. A fantastic paddle, you guys. I really enjoyed playing with it. Like, it just felt like super easy to hit the ball. The sweet spot felt really solid. My only issue with this control paddle is with any control paddle, right? I felt like my power was like cut in half. Granted, I come from the Project 002, which is like a bazooka, but going from that to this, I really struggled on shots like my serve and my return, and even like I hit a couple overheads where I was like shocked at kind of how slow they were going. Maybe that's on me, honestly. But all that to say, if you are somebody who naturally you're like, I have a lot of power, I need some more control in my life, I need some touch, I need some finesse, honestly, this would be a sweet paddle for you because this really gives you all the feel of the control and the soft and the finesse game. This paddle is like awesome for. Spin wise, so a lot of people I feel like have been comparing it to the Groovin or the Carbon, and honestly, I think you can get some spin on it, but I do think that like paddles, like your high tier paddles, like your Yola or even Selkirk's higher tier paddles like the Project 003, Project 002, the Power Air definitely have a little bit more spin than this. What I like about the XL is this long handle, so you can, use that to your advantage for top spin. But I did feel like it maybe lacked a little bit of spin and a little bit of power. Switching to the 13 millimeter, this is their power version of it. Now, this definitely had some more pop, okay? So I appreciated that. For my play style personally, and again, everybody's different. That's why, like, you know, there's different options for these paddles. My play style is I really need some help in the power category. So I prefer this version over the control version just because, again, I really, really like having a little bit of extra power and a little extra help. So I felt like this had a little bit more pop on it. Definitely had maybe less control for sure. So again, if you are somebody who feels like you actually have a really good finesse game and you have really good resets and you have really good drops and you could use a little bit more power, I would probably choose this version. This is the 13 millimeter. Definitely, I felt like my serves looked a lot better. My returns looked a lot better when I was playing with this paddle. Again, it's like the same kind of issue with the spin. I didn't feel like the spin was quite as good as like the 002, the 003, or the Power Air, but I did feel like, you know, for the price point, this is a fantastic paddle. So my only suggestions really would be like to maybe use a little lead tape if you're somebody who you're like, oh, I actually need a little extra something on this. I would probably put a little lead tape on it. But other than that, it's a really fun paddle to play with. Again, I really like the long handle, especially if you're somebody that has a two-handed backhand and really likes to have both hands on the handle. All in all, it's a really, really fun paddle to play with. Again, you really have the control option or the power option. The only downsides I really felt were maybe it didn't have a ton of spin, and the control paddle especially really didn't have a ton of power. But again, you really have to understand your play style and understand what paddle is gonna serve you in your game best, right? All in all, this was a really fun paddle to play with. I really think that if you're somebody that's looking to kind of upgrade your paddle, but you really don't want to drop the money to get something like the 003 or the Power Air, this is such a good option because it gives you honestly that feeling of a high quality carbon fiber paddle with like a mid-tier price, and you're maybe only sacrificing a little bit more of that spin and maybe a little bit more of that power, right? But again, what's cool is you can always do things like putting lead tape on or adjusting the handle with grip, over grips. Things like that really make a big difference in, I at least feel like, personalizing your paddle to serve you best. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It means a lot if you like and subscribe to my channel. That helps me a ton. And if you are somebody looking to purchase this paddle, I'll make sure to put my code here. Feel free to use that. You will get a gift card credit to your next Selkirk order. I know it looks weird. It looks like it's like, oh my gosh, just a cent was taken off, but you'll get a e-gift card sent to you later if you end up using that code to go towards your next Selkirk purchase. Let me know if you guys have any other questions in the comments below. I'm gonna do my best to answer them. And if you guys have anything to add about the Halo, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Let's see like what other people think about it.